All right, everybody, this is really it. We're down to the last days of this 2020 presidential and Senate and House election, and everything that we have been predicting about the way this election is going to go down is coming true. The voter suppression, the use of the courts and lawsuits by Donald Trump to stop the counting of votes. He's saying he's going to do it. The encouraging of violence, which I am going to get to shortly, and now a leak to Axios that Donald Trump's plan, if it is even remotely plausible that he might win on election night, he is planning to declare victory. This is not a rehearsal. These are the last 36 hours, and they are doing it, and democracy is at stake here. It is not time to be hyperbolic, which is why I am telling it to you like it is. Democracy is at stake here. And this is, of course, exactly as we have been predicting for months, even though we never have final results on election day. Typically, there is enough information on election day to make a call about the winner. Donald Trump's plan, if it's close, if it's tight, will be to declare that he has won, which will weaponize his supporters in the event the numbers start turning against him as the mail-in ballots are all counted. And he will put pressure on the courts to have to take it from him by saying on election night, I won. I'm the winner. This is from an Axios report, which reports that, quote, President Trump has told confidants he will declare victory on Tuesday night if it looks like he's ahead, according to three sources familiar with his private comments. Trump will declare victory, even if the electoral college outcome will still depend on uncounted votes in key states like Pennsylvania. Trump has a plan, which he has talked about with aides, to get up in front of a podium somewhere. It looked like it was going to be at one of his hotels. Now it looks like it will be at the White House itself, and declare that he has won. Now, this is not a no matter what scenario. If Trump gets totally blown out early, he's not going to do this. In fact, he'll do the opposite, which is if Biden looks like he's way ahead, Trump will say the numbers don't look right and we have to wait until all the votes come in. But in any scenario other than a Biden blowout, in which he leads or wins some combination of Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, Texas, Iowa, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, he will be saying, I won. We have been reelected. Now, Trump's team is preparing to make this claim more specific by alleging that mail-in ballots counted after November 3rd shouldn't be allowed, that those ballots would be evidence of election fraud. How can people vote after November 3rd? It's not true, but they're going to say it. And prognosticators say that it is very plausible that on election night, Trump might be slightly ahead in, for example, Pennsylvania. There are many scenarios in which Trump needs Pennsylvania to win. The entire election could hinge on Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania is seeing 5+ day delays for normal mail to be sent back and forth. Pennsylvania is the site of a lot of preemptive legal wrangling. So you could have a situation where Trump claiming victory in Pennsylvania implies that he got 270 electoral votes, but he could end up losing Pennsylvania if and when all of the properly legally cast ballots are counted. The Axios report goes on to say that Donald Trump's team is baselessly planning to claim that Democrats have stolen the election if the results flip from Trump to Biden as mail-in ballots are counted. And Axios says that this is the first time Trump has actually explicitly discussed these intentions for Tuesday night. He's been alluding to it for a while, but now he's actually saying it. Now, I must remind everybody so we're on the same page. Listen very carefully here. We have never had full final results on election day. No state ever reports final certified results on election night. No state is expected to. The news organizations will start to make projections based on ballots, outstanding state demographics, exit polls, and more to make calls about who likely has won. Typically, they can do this relatively accurately because we know there aren't that many outstanding ballots because most people are voting in person. You can get to a point where, North Carolina, Biden's up 55-45 in a normal election, 55-45 with 20% to go. And in order to take back that lead, Trump would need 80% of the remaining 20% of ballots. Not going to happen. You make a call. North Carolina goes for Biden. This is going to be different because there are so many people voting by mail, reports of mail delays, et cetera, et cetera. But the results are never final on election night. It's actually even crazier. Trump is saying we need all of the results on November 3rd. When the polls close in Hawaii, it will already be November 4th on the East Coast. What Trump wants is impossible unless you want to make some metaphysical argument about time moving backwards or something like that. So the difference this year is not the timing of the final results. The difference is when news organizations will have enough information to make accurate projections. He's going to try to steal it. He's going to declare victory on Tuesday in every scenario other than a massive blowout by Joe Biden. So we must all be ready for that. And we must be ready for the opposite scenario, where if Trump is down hugely at midnight, he may reverse course and say, there's no way these numbers are right based on our internal polling. We are not conceding anything, which is, of course, just a formality. Even if Biden has a blowout, Trump will say, well, now we have to wait. But hopefully at that point, it will be too late. The strategy is cheat. Lawyers discounting ballots, claiming victory. Biden's lawyers had better be ready for some long nights because democracy is depending on it. The future of our public health and economy also depends on it. Let's talk about that. Real quick, I want to tell you about our sponsor, Magic Spoon, who have done something awesome. They've taken all of our favorite sugary childhood cereals that we know we shouldn't eat anymore and turned them into something you can actually feel good about eating as an adult. There's 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and blueberry. They taste great. They're crunchy. They're sweet like you would expect this type of cereal to be, but it's perfect for a ketogenic diet because one bowl has only 3 net carbs, 12 grams of protein. It's sugar-free, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free. Once our team tried Magic Spoon for the first time, we actually ended up emailing Magic Spoon back and saying, can you send us more boxes? Send more samples. They've been a big hit with David Pakman Show staffers. And Magic Spoon knows how delicious their cereal is because if you don't like it, they'll refund all of your money, no questions asked. And you'll get free shipping when you go to magicspoon.com/Pakman and use the code Pakman. That's Pakman.